Yep, I feel exactly the same way each and every morning. G'day everyone, this is Daniel O'Grady, hope you're doing well, and in today's video I'm going to walk around a car that's a pretty typical sight at car shows, and I don't mean this particular car, but I see plenty of Kenmeri Skylines, plenty of Hakusuka Skylines. They've got a certain type of tune, and this is a pretty fair representation of that sort of car. And just for kicks, I'm going to include a couple of other interesting cars at Garage Yamaguchi, including this Daihatsu Mirror walkthrough van, which really should get a video of its own. But how could I pretend it doesn't exist? And I should point out the turbo engine is out of the Mirror Avanzato, the little sporty one. Yeah, look, I'm just definitely going to have to do more videos from this place, so keep an eye out if you're keen to see more. But before I move on, I just have to show you this Mazda Cosmo. It does not have the rotary engine, it has the 4-cylinder engine, but in any case, this was the feature car for the 400th WasabiCars video ever. Pretty special, and it's still sitting there, so just sad. Like this one got me sad back then. So yeah, anyway, moving on. Some Nissan Sunny trucks on Hayashi's. Oh well, 2 out of 3 ain't bad. But we are of course gathered here today to talk about this Nissan Skyline 2000 GTX. Clearly it's modified, true street car spec, and I'm going to go through with you some of the typical modifications that happen to these cars from front to back. Now there's a whole lot about this car that's jumping out at me, but number one, absolutely number one, are the headlights, and they are from the 330 series Nissan Cedric or Nissan Gloria. They are super in demand, as can be seen here with the Liberty Walk Kenmeri Skyline. This thing's amazing. I love this car. It's amazing. But of course it's not only people with Skylines who are chasing these headlights. Even owners of Datsuns in faraway places like Perth, Western Australia are chasing these headlights. You may have to sell a kidney, though good news, doesn't have to be yours, so you're laughing. Now the side marker lights, they are from your C130 generation of Laurel, and the grille is also from the C130 Laurel, but most assuredly the hardtop. But just to clarify, both of these items are most likely reproductions. The original items go for big money. And then to the chin spoiler, at just the right angle. So good. And there is an SSR sticker there for obvious reasons. Probably hasn't realised I've got stickers available at store.wasabicars.com. Yeah. But I think we are done for the front. Engine bay time, and before I point out the typical things that I notice, I'll point out something that I just don't see, and that's the array of horns that play a tune. But hey, it's not like a rule or anything. The engine is a L series 6-cylinder, of course. Currently 2.8 litre. There was a 3.1 litre engine tuned to a certain degree. I don't know specifics, but I do know it was a bit hard to control. So the owner decided to sort of lower the power a bit, keep it sensible. And hanging off to the side is of course the triple Solex carburetor setup. Fairly typical. It's like the only acceptable thing, I think. And I didn't mention it, but I should point out that it is a single overhead cam engine, which makes me happy for Nissan. But like, why couldn't Holden rig up some sort of overhead cam system if the Japanese were doing it forever? That's what I'm thinking. And of course there's a strut tower brace and camber plates for adjustment. And we are but moments away from being all up in this, and I'm just gonna put it out there, there's got to be an arty steering wheel. There just has to be. And anyway, you can see the door card is in top nick, at least on the driver's side. 2000 GTX badge right there, and that interesting little warning placard. Very cool. And the interior, it's a bit patchy. Could do with some little bits of trim that are missing. It's got some extra gauges, and of course it's got one of those resin gear stick knobs with the flowers in it. It breaks up the black of the interior brilliantly. Yeah. And we're not done yet, of course, and even beyond admiring the Surfline, which is such an iconic element of the early Skylines, we still need to get out the back and talk about a few things there. But just for the second, I want to talk about the word Yonmeri. And people use Yonmeri to talk about the 4-door Skyline, and then Kenmeri to talk about the 2-door, which doesn't make sense to me. The campaign by Ken and Mary was for the 2 and the 4-door. And just to be real, I hang around Japanese people who call every car of the generation a Kenmeri, and that's good enough for me. So I've just gone through my entire collection of Kenmeri sedan photos, and about half of the cars had rear spoilers, and you'll never guess, but the other half didn't, basically. So it's a real 50-50 thing going on there. But the thing that really is the iconic thing about the tune Kenmeri is they go the one tail, it's called. It's an English word, one tail. They reduce the taillights by half, so a single on each side. Super common look for these cars. Everyone, thank you so much for watching this video. I do hope you enjoyed it, and I did mention in the video that there is the store.wasabicars.com. I've launched it. A ton of interesting things on there, so do check it out. Also, I have kicked off with the channel membership, so you can now join. There is a join button right there, so click and explore that. That would be sweet. I've got some extra videos, exactly the same as Patreons as well, so some extra stuff for you all. And that is pretty much me done, so just thank you once again, take it easy, and I'll be back next Saturday with another one. Goodbye.